Hay mucha gente que yo sé que vienen solo con una mochila, pero también vienen con coyote también, todas
Sí,
esas,
pues
sí.
en la mochila pues la comida
Más comida y
y la
agua,
bebida,
todo eso así.
sí,
Y no hay mucha más ropa
ropa.
y cosas así. No,
No,
no
ropa
mucho.
no la tiran.
The bulk of the materials that are left in the desert are items that people need to survive. Now, that could either be survive spiritually, survive emotionally, so a photo of your child, a Bible, or to survive physically, food, water, electrolytes, garlic to rub on your clothes to keep supposedly snakes away. So it's a full range of stuff, and I think that the items tell you a lot about both the individual person who left those things behind. So people who make decisions about what are the most important things for me to bring with me. At the same time, the things that people are leaving behind are produced by multinational corporations. So we talk about Red Bull, Monster, Gatorade, Knicks Club, backpacks, Adidas. All of these corporations are implicated in the things that migrants are in this whole process.
We always had minimal amounts. The fact is that before the Border Patrol put in the checkpoints on our Arivaca-Amado Road and on the Sassabee Road, vehicles used to be stolen in Tucson and Phoenix and driven out by fellow gangsters. They'd pick up dozens of people and they wouldn't allow them to carry their backpacks or anything, nothing. And they got in the vehicles, in vans, laying in the back of pickups, and so they'd throw everything away. So they've always had minimal amounts. And then what they did carry, and I presume they still do, is an extra set of clothes. And they'd take their clothes out of their backpack and put them on, leave their old clothes and their backpacks, photographs of family, it's just tragic, And so we're seeing, basically the same stuff, but it's more to the north of us because the Border Patrol's probably not getting more than half of the people coming through.
That's changed a little bit over time, probably from 2002 to 2010 or so. Probably 60-70% of our remains were in either fully fleshed or maybe decomposing. Over the last couple of years, we've had more skeletal remains. I think probably about 60% of the remains that we had in calendar year 2012 were partially or mostly skeletal remains. And this year has been about the same as 2012. We've had 158 deaths so far in calendar year 2013. So we're ahead of where we were in calendar year 2012. We had 157 for the whole year, calendar year 2012. So probably by the end of the year, we'll be in the 160s, I think, and the majority of those remains will have been skeletal.
Yes, we do live here where a lot of people come across. On the northern end of our ranch, from here north, the Border Patrol has arrested between October 1 of 2012 and March 31st, 4,100 people who have walked through our ranch. They walk through our ranch. The Border Patrol's strategy is to intercept them essentially north of our ranch. The cartels are the ones that are moving drugs through here now, and they're also sponsoring and requiring people who want to immigrate to work to pay huge amounts.
So that complicates a lot of things. It complicates fingerprints, it complicates personal effects, it complicates the identifications that we have with people. DNA is another technique that we use to identify people, but again, you can collect all the DNA you want. If you don't have anything to compare it to, it doesn't do you any good. So you have to have families that looking for the missing in order to make comparisons against the unidentified remains that you have. They've died that need to be examined every day. And essentially, we're responsible for signing the death certificates in that group of people who fall under our jurisdiction. And that's not the majority of people. So in 2012, there's about 9,600 deaths in Pima County, and we were called on about 2,500 of them. So the majority of people that die from natural causes. They may have emphysema or cancer or diabetes or heart disease or something like that, and they're being followed by a physician in the community. They take medications for their condition, and then they may ultimately die as a result of one of those conditions. Those types of deaths are never reported to our office. And it's defined by Arizona statute, but essentially if a death is non-natural, or we don't know why the person died, or they died suddenly and they're younger, or there isn't someone else to sign the death certificate, we don't know who they are, if they're a prisoner, or if somebody that dies in a prison, they don't have to be a prisoner. All those kinds of deaths come to our office.
It's just, you bring water, you bring food, you bring an extra pair of socks because your feet are probably going to, you're going to get bloody feet or sweaty feet. But really, it's you want to just be positive, because the likelihood is you're going to get caught 2 or 3 times, and each one of those times you learn something new in the desert. Okay, this is how Border Patrol responds to sound, or this is the best kind of place to hide during the middle of the day. Those are things that are just sort of these intangibles that people pick up while they're going. I mean, a lot of times that's what the black clothes do. That's what the camouflage clothes do. Maybe it's the personal item that gets you across that may or may not help, because you never know. You never know what's going to happen out there, and you just got to sort of stay positive. And I think the human spirit is the one thing that we're never going to be able to overcome with drone planes and fencing.